What's up, y'all? We've got the Jim Dandy coming up this weekend. This race to me is always like a de facto grade one race. Grade two, $500,000 purse, but I mean, you've got five horses running. Four of them are grade one horses. Coming up here, 5:45 Eastern Daylight Time, Saratoga Springs, New York. Um, We're looking at a 65% chance of rain, you're saying right now. I think that's important. Um, Rain may be one of the most important factors in horse racing, to tell you the truth. But it doesn't happen all the time. But when it does happen, it seems to throw everything off. But you kind of got to know what's going on in the rain. So if we do have rain, I think that will have some effect on this race. Um, However, I wouldn't be changing the horse I'm picking to win it because of the rain. I'm going to go with the same horse either way because I just think the rain will just help that horse even more. Number one, Disarm. This is the horse that kind of backed his way into the Kentucky Derby. Ran a good race though. Ended up running, fourth in the Derby after running third in Lexington. Came out and got a win in the Matt Win. 149, final time in that one. Joel Rosario's riding him, trained by Stephen Asmussen. They got him at 6-1. Gunrunner is the sire of this horse, a Candy Ride horse. Tappett's his mother's father. So there's a lot to like about Disarm, especially the way he seems to be improving. He seems to be working his way just up the ladder to be in there with the rest of the field. So I do like the things that Disarm has done recently, coming off that win, coming into this race. I think Disarm's going to be a contender. Number two, the favorite, 7-5, Forte. 2-year-old champion. Horse was on, I think it was a 5-race win streak. What can you say? He was the favorite going to the Kentucky Derby, got scratched. Came back for the Belmont, ran third. I was not surprised about that just because of the matchup. Still a good horse. However, Forte hasn't been destroying the competition. He's beaten who he's beaten. He ran second in the Belmont, which is nothing. It's not bad, but that was a slow Belmont. I mean, it's not like that was a lightning fast time. So I think Irad Ortiz Jr. and Todd Pletcher have got their work cut out for them in this race with Forte. Horses out of Violence, Medaglia d'Oro horse. Mother's Father's Blame. Decent breeding again, but it's not that. I mean, these days with the breeding, it's kind of been, the way it seems to have kind of been concentrated. You really got to knock it out of the park on the breeding. Everybody's got to tap it in there, which is an AP Indy, which AP Indy was a Secretariat Seattle slew. I mean, it's the Awesome again, Strand another, but there's a lot of these horses that are in the same. So to me, you really got to have strong breeding on both sides before you're really going to stick out from the other horses. So we got good breeding on this one with Forte again. Like I said, there's nothing I can say bad about Forte except he just really hasn't broken out to prove that he's the best horse. I don't know if he's going to be able to do it here. I'm not sure. Number 3, Hit Show. Brad Cox horse. Brad Cox has 3 horses running in this one. Did a jockey change. Luis Saez now riding Hit Show instead of Manny Franco. I like that. I think Luis Saez takes a second off the times, pretty much just from the jockey change. They got him at a 6-1 morning odds. His last out was 4th in the Belmont Stakes after running 5th in the Kentucky Derby. Second in the Wood before that, beaten by a 59-1 long shot, Lord Miles. Hit Show wasn't showing the speed. Another horse that had a decent win streak going got beat by a nose in the Wood in a time that wasn't that fast. It was slow. I'm not going to say it wasn't that fast. It was a slow time. Impressive race in the Derby. I got to say I love the horse's grit. That was a very fast pace going a quarter mile. It's Kentucky Derby. They do that. But he didn't fall apart. I mean, he hung in there, finished, what was that, 5th after being near that lead. Then we had the Belmont Stakes. Ran fourth, mile and a half. Horse has some grit. Out of Candy Ride, Mother's Father's Tappet. Don't know if he's going to have the speed. Like I said, Luis Saez is going to get him going, I think, a bit better than Manny Franco. It'll be interesting to see what Hit Show's got. However, I think he's a step slower, so if Saez brings him up, I just think it's going to put him right along with Forte and Disarm, and some of the others. So I think a lot of it for Hit Show's going to have to do with the ride. Number 4. The only horse that hasn't run in a Grade 1. 5-2 they got him. I think that's, I don't really know if that's going to hold. I think that might go up a bit. Tied for the second favorite in the morning odds. It's Saudi Crown. Brad Cox horse ridden by Florent Giraud. Sire of this horse, Always Dreaming. One of my favorite horses. I always hate those horses that don't seem to, I don't know, Always Dreaming, good win with the Derby, Freakness, I don't know, it just doesn't seem that Always Dreaming, I don't know, I guess got was able to have the career he should have. Let me just put it that way. Always Dreaming out of Bodemeister. Another grandsire of Tappet, or grandson of Tappet. Tappet horses everywhere in here. So I like that Always Dreaming breeding. Definitely, I'm a bit partial to that. Horse hasn't run this distance before. Longest race was his last out in the Dwyer, a mile. Second by a nose. 2 wins before that, so he's only run 3 races. Win in a maiden special weight at Keeneland. Then got a win in an allowance race at Churchill Downs. That was a 6.5er. In the Dwyer, second by a nose, like I said, 135 behind Fort Bragg. Good race, good time. This horse is the only front runner. He likes to run up front. Did that Dwyer in 44 in the opening half. So this horse is a front runner. For sure. I'd be very shocked if the horse didn't get the lead, because these other horses don't want the lead. They've never taken the lead before. They don't seem to want it at all. So I think Saudi Crown is going to get out there on the lead. Will he be able to hold it? We'll see. Number 5, Angel of Empire. Another horse I was very impressed with in the prep race in this Arkansas Derby win. Third in the Kentucky Derby, respectable ride in that race, I guess you'd say. Didn't get home for the win though. Fourth in the Belmont. Horse is competitive. Like I said, coming off the wins in the Risen Star in Arkansas. Third in the Derby, fourth in the Belmont. Horse is definitely competitive, definitely strong. Shown some speed. Flavian Prash, the jockey, another Brad Cox horse. Brad Cox is dominating the field. Don't know if the horse has got the speed, though. Once again, all these horses are kind of rated the same speed, except, in my opinion, Saudi Crown. Angel of Empire is a classic Empire horse out of Pioneer of the Nile. We know Pioneer of the Nile sired American Pharaoh, so that's that boosts up that breeding line's reputation alone. Angel of Empire kind of reminds me of American Pharaoh, and Pioneer of the Nile for that matter. Big, strong horse. When he broke out in the Arkansas Derby, I thought that really is what the horse wanted to do. You've got to be able to repeat that kind of a race, and I think it's going to be the same thing in this one. I think all these horses are going to need Saudi Crown to fall apart. I think Saudi Crown gets the lead. I don't think he's going to need to go 44. Probably going to need to go 46. Might even take it 45, because the horse likes to run fast. If it's raining, he's gone. That's what I'm saying. If it's raining, say goodnight. Saudi Crown will look like a world beater in the rain, I think, against these horses. Forte, strong races in the ring, but it can come off the pace. I just think this Saudi Crown's going to be able to get this pace and control it. Florent Giraud, good jockey. Not the best jockey, but I think in this strategy, in this position, he's going to have the best position for this race with this horse. If it's not raining, I think it's going to be a little closer. I think none of these horses really want because they don't want the lead. They're not going to pressure Saudi Crown. She's leaving plenty left over for 9 furlongs to get home, in my opinion. I've got Forte and Irad Ortiz Jr. running him down, but not making it second. Like I said, on a fast track. I think Forte's going to make a move, run second. I've got Angel of Empire, and it's a tough choice between Angel of Empire and Disarm. I got to tell you, Angel of Empire third, Disarm fourth. I don't even know if they're going to do a super in this race. It's going to be tough to bet this one. Got to look at what the odds are going to be race time, because they're certainly not going to stick to what these morning odds are. I can almost guarantee that. But I'm going with Saudi Crown. I think he's got the speed. These other horses this year, that's the thing I think this year, no horse has had that breakaway speed to say, look, I'm just faster than the rest of y'all. That's why we've had different winners in all these highly graded stakes races, the grade 2s and grade 1s. Nobody's able to really repeat. Mage not able to repeat. Coming out with Yo and the Haskell there, Go Rocket Ride. I don't know, a lot of people weren't calling that. National Treasure and the Preakness, and you're not really expected there. Some horses like Practical Move out there. I mean, it's just a tough year to go. Say just any one horse is that great. So in this particular race, the Jim Dandy, I'm going with Saudi Crown for the win. As usual, let me know what you think in the comments. I'm always interested to hear other people's opinions, and especially a little reasoning as to why they came to those opinions. So thank you for watching again. I will catch y'all next time after this race.